We're here with the Model 3 and our Model Y. We're gonna do some comparison videos, okay? So let's go. The only difference that I can see, like again on the previous video, is this part over here. So for this part over here on the Model Y, it's just, it felt like a felt carpet, and over here it's a rubber piece with the grips on it. But other than that, everything is the same. Same exact dashboard on the black interior. You get the wood panel as well. Same 15-inch display screen. The stocks are the same. The wheel is the same. I mean, everything is similar. Even the doors are similar. The other difference is on the center console is the wireless charging capability, and we're actually gonna see if the Model Y's wireless charger would fit on the Model 3, because that's what Min-Mac's wife wants. She doesn't want the wireless charger, and it's gonna go here instead. So we'll see if that can fit. So now we're here on the Model Y, same exact interior. I just feel taller because of the risers over here. So this is the riser from the floor. It's about 5 inches off the floor, and that's where the seat starts. On the Model 3, the riser isn't there. And as I mentioned before, over here is the difference. On the Model Y, it's just the felt. There's no rubber grips on it, and then their floor mat has this little pad on that. But other than that, everything else is the same, but this one has the wireless charger on it and the USB-C port on the left side. We're in the Model 3 again, and in the back seat, I mean, it's pretty roomy here, and the glass on top, it's definitely, I mean, I'm about 5'7", and there's still a lot of headroom, but definitely the Model Y will have more headroom because it doesn't have this pillar right here. So it definitely looks much bigger, brighter when you're sitting in the passenger seat. Definitely a panoramic view is great. And the other thing is over here, you have more space over here on the Model Y, because on the Model Y, this center console is also on a riser. So the seats are on risers, there's more space over here. The center console would be on a riser as well. And everything in the seats are pretty much the same, except you can reach over at the trunk for if you have any storage over there. The other key difference is over here. On the Model 3, the speaker is over here. And on the Model Y, the speaker is actually a circle speaker, which I'll show you in a bit. We're on the Model Y again. We got the circle speaker right here in comparison to the Model 3. And then over here, I feel like there's more headroom. There's no pillar over here, so as a passenger sitting in the back, I feel it's much more open, much more roomier than the 3. But I feel like the headroom is actually the same, because I feel like I'm taller, so I think these seats are above on risers as well compared to the Model 3. But other than that, same feel of the seats, but with the advantage of I can reach over in the back if there's something that I need. Okay, so we're gonna see about the seats. They keep saying that the width of the seats, they're the same, but let's check. So over here, from the opposite side all the way over here, that's 52.5 inches. And then what I noticed was the center seat actually. The center seat over here with the fold down, it's a little bit longer, but it's thinner. So I'm assuming, so basically this middle seat is tinier on the Model 3 compared to the Model Y. Well, that's what I noticed. The fold down, it's about 17 inches in length and about 8 inches in width. So let's go over to the Model Y. All right, so for the Model Y, let's see. So we said it was around 52 for the Model 3. No, it's the same. It's about 52 for the Model Y, so the width is the same. But over here, I guess the fold down, the center console fold down, it's about 11.5 inches in width by 13. So if we pull this down, this is wider. So I think they just divided the space a little bit more evenly in the Model Y. Okay, another difference is the trunk. The Model Y comes with an automatic liftgate. The Model 3 does not. So if you're particular to that, then that might be a deal breaker. But on the Model 3, you just click it, it clicks up, and then you just push it up a little bit and it starts to open. Now for the space with the Model 3, it's pretty similar. So let's measure it out from the front of the rear seat. It's 42 inches length, and width, it's about 38 inches. So 42, 38. And the Model 3 has one side pocket over here and this side pocket, but does not have a side pocket here. And both Model 3 and Model Y both have this giant trunk space, under trunk space here, which is really nice. All right, on the Model Y, it's actually automatic. You can do it on your phone. Click. That's really convenient. And on the Model Y, it definitely extends all the way up here. So actually, if you didn't want it, if your garage was a little bit lower, you can actually set it to go a certain height. So push it down to where height you want it to set, and then you hold this liftgate button. And then when you hear the chime, it saves to that height. So now it'll open only up to that height. So let's check it out. And it stops right there, where you could still go a little bit and then you can still save it again. So that saves you from scratching your spoiler on a low garage. Over here on the Model Y, the trunk space, also 42 inches lengthwise. And over here, also about 38 inches in width. The difference is the side pockets are definitely much bigger, and you get two of them. So we both have the right side and also the left side pockets, and they're pretty deep. Both Model 3 and Model Y have the same under trunk space, but the unique to the Model Y, there's a little forward space, maybe for a laptop or something. It's definitely not that roomy, not that deep. It's about 3 inches in depth, 3 inches by about 19 by about 29. But it's extra storage, so definitely a win for the Model Y for this one. Actually, for the Model 3, the under the trunk storage is actually smaller. Height-wise, it's about 11 inches by 17 by 26. As opposed to the Model Ys. On the Model Y, the depth is at 13 by 17.5 by 31.5. It's definitely a deeper storage. So, wow, it's another win for the Model Y. The real winner here is, and it's a hatchback, putting something in the Model Y in comparison to the Model 3 is so much easier. If you had something big to put in, it will just, you just have to put it on. On the Model 3, even though the space, the lengthwise, it's still huge, you have to clear about, it's 19 inches. That's it. It's not a hatchback, so there's actually a wall or a ceiling right here, and you can't fit anything higher than 19-20 inches. The great thing about the Model Y is you can actually fold the rear seats with these two buttons. If I click this button, the first button folds the left and the middle seat. And when I click this button, this one folds the right seat. There you go.
What we didn't get on video was actually the length of the trunk with the seats folded. It's about 82 inches from the back all the way to the center console vent. And the height is about 29 inches from the base all the way to the top of the rubber seal of the trunk.
Unfortunately, those buttons only flip the seats down, and you have to manually lift them up. This middle section can fold independently as well. There's a latch in the back, and then it goes. So you can put a surfboard in. It's great. Just be careful of this thing. Another thing that the Model Y has is an emergency exit latch for the rear door. So they're actually over here. They're hidden underneath. Another feature of the Model Y that's unique is the off-road assist. So the software is the same with the Model 3 and the Model Y, but except for this one, off-road assist. It says adjust traction control to optimize performance off-road. So that's awesome. You can take your Model Y off-roading. All right, let's go over the frunks. So the Model Y frunk actually has this donut feel on it, which the Model 3 doesn't. And the frunk space is actually deeper and bigger. You're about at almost 14 inches over here, and I'm about 29 inches in width. Pretty good sized frunk. And your tow hook is over here. And there's also the emergency button over here. If somebody gets trapped, they can press this button and then the frunk will go up. On the Model 3, we also have that same button over here. And we don't have that donut seal. We just rely on this rubber seal over here. The other thing that I noticed was the latch on the Model 3 is outside the seal, while the latch on the Model Y is actually over here in the front. The frunk measures, it's about 9.5 inches in height and the same 28 inches in width and about 15 inches in length. So overall, the Model Y would fit more cargo, but there's still extra space here for the Model 3. Right, and this is the dreaded hole. Oh, breaks my heart. Why, Elon? Why? And we still have some panel gaps, guys. So actually what my friend was concerned of is over here. It's supposed to be flushed, like right here it's flushed. And then we have here, it's a little bit crooked and it's not really aligned, but it's actually worse over here in the back. Over here in the back, it looks like, yeah, that looks like a mismatched piece. The other difference is the Model Y has this plastic strip on the wheel well, and then the Model 3 doesn't. No plastic strips. And even the bottom part of the Model 3, it's the same color as the Model 3 versus the Model Y over here. It's the black trim, like the under trim of the wheel well of the Model Y as well. Another thing that's different is the mirrors. As you can see, the mirror on the Model 3 is smaller than the mirror of the Model Y. So over here, the height of the mirror for the Model 3 is about 5 inches, and the height of the Model Y mirrors is about 6 inches. So there's about an inch difference. But the length on the Model 3, length's about 8 1/4. On the Model Y, about 8 inches. So the Model Y's mirror is a 1/4 inch a little squished and a little bit taller as opposed to the Model 3 mirror. On the Model Y, the chrome delete comes standard. On my Model 3, I chrome deleted it with a 3M kit. And if you can see, the handles, it's black, but the inside, it's still chrome over here. On the Model Y, it's chrome all the way, even in the back. The whole piece is blacked out. So overall, Model Y is taller, definitely taller than the Model 3. And on all aspects, taller here in the middle, the hood's taller as well, and the trunk is taller as well. So the Model Y, the trunk goes to about 48 inches right here, as opposed to, so the trunk actually for the Model Y sits around this high, and the trunk is about 43 inches. 43 inches for the Model 3, so it's about 5 inches shorter. So the Model 3 measures about 55 inches, 56 inches in height, versus the Model Y, about 62 inches in height. So that's about a 6-inch difference on the middle section, 5-inch difference on the trunk, and over here at the hood, that's about 28 inches for the Model Y. And then for the Model 3, so over here, we have 24 inches. So that's a 4-inch difference from the Model Y's front. All right, for the width of the car, we're about 76 inches for the Model Y. Now I'm noticing for the Model 3, it's 73 inches in width, so the Model Y is 3 inches wider than the Model 3. And then the length, we extended this tape all the way on the bottom of the car, and we got 182 inches over here from the front to the back, and we got 186 inches from the front to the back as well. and the Model Y is bigger. I actually thought the Model 3 was longer, but no, the Model Y is definitely a little bit longer than the Model 3. All right, and then for the vent of the Model Y, it has a bigger vent. It's about 5 inches over here. We got 4.5 inches for the vent. More vent space on the Model Y. So we took rough measurements of the Model 3 and the Model Y, and this is what we came up with. Overall, the Model Y is a bigger car. They're very similar, especially if you're sitting in the driver's seat or the front passenger seat. You probably won't notice the difference, except that you're riding about 6 inches higher. Other than that, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these cars. So if you want a Model 3 or a Model Y, I say go for it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. If you have any comments, leave a comment down below and let me know. Team 3, Team Y. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.